Herbal Emporium has been promoting better health with herbs, vitamins, and minerals since 1999. They are your neighborhood Nature's Sunshine authorized distributor. We recommend always going natural first. Many ailments can be cured by having the proper vitamins and nutrients. They offer Juice Plus fruit and vegetable blend supplements, prenatal vitamins, electrolytes for the summer heat, antioxidants to keep you healthy, natural remedies for reducing stress, probiotics to keep your digestive system in check and help with immune function, herbal remedies for blood pressure issues, natural remedies for energy and stamina, natural weight management options, anxiety remedies, health tips, and more. Located at 3100 Seymour Highway, Suite 206, Wichita Falls, Texas, 940-322-3922, and that was Herbal Emporium. Hey guys, welcome to Monday Night Live. We have Austin Hooks in the studio with us. He likes country music and says that country music and the heart behind it are still very much alive. He sings songs about life, loss, and the struggles that can't be danced away. And he's more interested in you being real and raw, even if it hurts, versus giving him praise. How are you doing tonight, Austin?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing pretty good, despite the fact that we do these on a Monday. It's been a great experience of a day. I got here early and got the carpets all fixed, so I was pretty excited about that. You have quite the list of accomplishments, and I know that we only have one song out so far. So how long have you been performing?
Oh, I lost you.
Can you hear me? How long have you been performing?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I've only been performing for about 3 years.
3 years, and you have performed at the Turner Center Citrus Conference. That was almost a tongue twister. There's too many C's in there. How was that?
It was just a citrus conference. It was like just more or less like a cattle convention, except for citrus.
So like
over in
all
Arcadia.
Of the growers get together and learn all of the pros and cons about the different things in the industry and you entertained everybody.
Yep, I had to entertain them for their dinner. They thought it was nice.
That's good. I see that you actually do play it quite a bit. Play quite a bit at some orange groves down there in Florida, because that's where you're from. Special news shout out. Austin Hooks is from Florida, y'all, not Texas. I actually lived in Florida for 12 years. So tell us where Highlands County, Florida, what part of Florida are you located in?
It would be Central Florida. Yeah, so it would be about 2 hours south of Orlando.
Okay. That's way central. Like Orlando is like pretty central, so like South Central.
Yes, South Central Florida.
Have you heard of Bithlo Speedway or racetrack, whatever it's called, out there in Bithlo, where they do the figure 8 school bus races out there off of Colonial, off of Highway 50, towards your way out towards Cocoa Beach? Okay, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. It is the redneckest redneck thing I've ever seen in Florida. They do.
I mean, I've been to Cocoa Beach, but wow, never thought of that.
It's between Cocoa Beach and Orlando. So like out where, I mean, the city is starting to make its way out to Bithlo. Bithlo, we can't say is in the country anymore. It used to be in the country, but now it's kind of the beginning of where the country starts for Orlando, for East Orlando. But they also do these figure 8 boat truck races. So they take old speedboats and pontoon boats and they put them on a rope behind a truck, and then they go figure eight. So there's literally trucks driving through boats and boats just exploding in the air. I'm telling you, the wildest redneckest thing I've ever seen in Florida. It's a crazy good experience. If you're into racing and that kind of fun, that would be a suggestion of a place to go. It was pretty interesting. Because I grew up in the racetracks in the Midwest, and there's not a lot of stuff to do in the Midwest, and I could not believe that they didn't think of that stuff in the Midwest. Like, I couldn't believe that it took me going to Florida. So we just actually were blessed with the opportunity to help Austin get set up with a website, and I'm going to show you, just because we have the technology to do that, a little bit of that right here. You can check out his Spotify all the way down here at the bottom. Our sites come with tip jars. You can find that there if you don't want to interrupt the stage. His EPK is on there. If you like what you heard and you want to get them at your venue, you can find all this stuff right there on his EPK, his bio, booking, all of his dates, his song, Damn Cowboy, which we're going to listen to here in a little bit. So 90s neo-traditional. What is the neo and neo-traditional?
Absolutely.
Right. My brain sometimes. I literally 2-year-old.
As far as neo-traditional, I think a lot of your artists more like, especially how your 90s artists took over, like your George Strait, your original Garth Brooks. When it was more or less they were trying to get out of the pop element that got introduced towards the 80s with like Conway and all them.
Right.
So,
gotcha.
So I'd say that's roughly. It was trying to become a little bit more country, less synthesized.
Right. So what would you say inspired you to start writing songs and performing and be a songwriter?
As far as songwriting, honestly, I love writing stories. I love getting caught in really good stories. I didn't originally seek out to be any sort of songwriter. I just liked writing different things, whether it was just things on my mind or things I could just randomly make up on the spot. And then eventually it turned into I could write songs. And then it turned into, like, my foolish self thinks it's like, oh, I can impress girls with songs.
So when did you pick up your first guitar?
I picked up my first guitar, I'd say it was between 15 to 16 years ago.
So you've been playing guitar for quite a while and just writing stories, and then just all of a sudden you're like, you know what? These two things go together.
Well, eventually it got to the point where it was more or less you start being able to play other people's songs and you get kind of curious on what happens if you just start creating random melodies out of nothing. And then sometimes you wind up either I wind up writing the lyrics first to a song and then come up with the melody, or the melody is just there and brings out lyrics. So it's always a weird either one or the other for me.
Right. There are so many different ways that songs just come to life. There truly are so many different ways. Some people just wake up in the middle of the night and write down a song because they woke up from a dream and had to write it down.
Well, absolutely. I'm the same way. Especially. I'm sorry.
Oh, I
But no, I'm
pause.
especially the same way. Because if I don't write it down, I'll forget.
Well, and that's what they tell you, like when you go into any sort of management training. If you hear it, you forget it. You write it down, you remember it, you teach it, you own it. That's like an actual process for most people, and it's a good thing. Like
Huh.
I'm the same way. Like if I don't get it out, like my brain goes too fast. If I don't get it out, it's gone. It's gone. I got to write it down. I got to tell somebody. I got to do something to make it solid, or it is out of here, not coming back. Home run, out of the ballpark. Um, so you have one
Good one.
song out. It's called Damn Cowboy. And we're going to listen to it here in a bit. But I want to just, holy cow, this is your first song release. And you've already been mentioned as an A-Team Artist Spotlight by Cashbox Magazine.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept to me still.
You were climbing on the
I
charts
think I
last time.
checked on 47, I think, right now.
Number 47 on Cashbox Magazine music charts. In 2020, you were nominated for Independent Artist of the Year in the Who's Who Country Countdown. Tell us about that show.
So that's a radio network out of Indiana, I believe. And I I had one song that I wrote. It was the first song I ever wrote. It's called Let's Be Us. And I sit there and I sent them a rough copy of it, basically. And next thing you know, it got 2 number 10 spots and a number 9 spot on their radio program
That's really
consecutively.
amazing because you're saying that this one that we're going to hear is actually the first ever like professionally mastered, ready to radio one that you've
Yes.
released. Right? So
Yes.
on demos, you've been hitting up top 10 in the charts. That's absolutely insane and absolutely beautiful and just wow. Um, you wrote a song called Let's Be Us, and then another one, Let Me Prove My Love to You.
No, I didn't write that one. So Let Me Prove My
Oh,
Love to You was actually written by a Canadian songwriter named Pauline Brown.
okay.
So when COVID hit, we basically um, everybody got locked down, and there was a group um, there was a group called the Isolation Page, and they what they did was they would sing like stuff like karaoke and stuff, where they would like play different instruments on the. They're trying to keep themselves entertained,
Right.
and eventually I sit there and wound up in that group, and I'd sit there and post religiously, and it sparked their interest for a long time. And then next thing you know, uh, one night randomly, I get a message from Miss Brown, and she was wondering, she wanted me to hear her song, and she wanted to see what I thought of it, and she wanted to hear a rough demo of what it would sound like with my voice if I liked it.
Heck yeah,
And then
that's
she wound up liking it. So we wound up cutting it.
nice.
So that would be
Where
the
can
first song ever.
is that available on streaming platforms? How do they find that?
Yeah, it's actually it's still funny enough my most popular song. It's on Apple, Spotify, anywhere pretty much.
There are a lot of artists that either co-write with another songwriter or there are a lot of songwriters that don't ever go to a stage. There's songwriters that don't even know how to play a guitar or an instrument at all, and they just have the talent of writing And when you find a song that resonates with you and connects with you personally, then a lot of times artists do carry on songs for people. We have a couple of songwriters that have been plugging in with us, and they bring all of their songs on flash drives to our events and hand them all out to all of our songwriters. And some of them have been talking about picking some of them up. So it's pretty exciting to be able to help people, just get that out. Like that, it's a release. For a lot of artists, it's a release. Like there's stuff built up in here, and it's a pressure until you just get it out. And then when it turns into something beautiful, you can let it go. So
Yeah,
for them to be able to, know that they can never do that, but their work can do that. It's just a beautiful journey to be a part of. Absolutely is. Who would you say influenced your style? I know that you named a couple of them.
it's always been a weird mix. But as far as my initial style, I don't know. I was always the oddball. I wanted to be Kenny Chesney for so long, and then eventually I wound up in his earlier stuff, and that's what really caught my attention with his stuff. And then somehow, eventually, George Strait got stuck in the mix. Brad Paisley, a lot of his earlier stuff, a lot of his guitar work. I come to appreciate a lot of that. And then you mix some Garth Brooks in there with it, the original Garth Brooks, and then some of the different stuff that he would come up with. I'd say that's what really inspired me. It's just a weird mix of all of those put together.
It happens. It happens. There are some artists that are so diverse, and I've had artists on here that are like, I can't tell you who inspired me, Cynthia. I sing in 5 genres. like, why inspires me? it's I am going to go ahead and let's hear the story behind this song. Damn Cowboy. What's the story behind this song?
Well, the story is basically, let's see, it was a little bit after, I'd say this is a good number after I quit high school. When I quit high school and I went to work for a ranch, I did that. Eventually, I wound up meeting this girl, and we dated for uh, about 3 years. We did that, and eventually, it just didn't last. Eventually, and then you just later on, I found out eventually after we done split up, she wound up dating a sailor, and so that's where a lot of that comes into play. And to me, writing stuff like that sometimes is more like a therapy. It engages me in different ways.
I think we are going to listen to a really quick commercial from one of our supporters, and then we're going to give your song a spin. So y'all stick with us. Texas Blue Courage Company was one of the sponsors for the Texas State Songwriters Championship Finale Season 10 Anniversary Show. They donated several items for a raffle giveaway, and we are so honored and grateful for their support. Go and check them out. Texas Blue Courage Company. He's a current active duty police officer that is using his talent and skills to compensate for if something happens to his family. So support the guys that are risking their lives to make sure that you're safe, and go check out and see if you can find a new favorite custom piece of jewelry. Texas Blue Courage Company was one of the sponsors for the Texas State Songwriters Championship Finale Season 10 Anniversary Show. They donate. Oh my goodness, we got a loop going on. I'm telling you, Mondays Our Mondays, I'm not sure. Okay, we still got you there. Mondays are Mondays. They can be fun days. They can be fun days. Y'all, I just want to remind everybody that your blessings are in your struggles. Look for the silver lining. It is there. I am going to play the first verse and chorus of this song, and then y'all are going to have to go find it on his website. Scrolling down here on the bottom, Austin Hooks, his Spotify, all of that stuff is on his website. You can go in that little contact thing and ask him questions. If you didn't get to while we were on the interview, you can book him at your venue. Definitely do that. His calendar has been pretty full, and you can check out the previous locations that he's played at. He's played at quite a few. Damn Cowboy.
You love me anymore. She's moved on and she don't want to see me no more. I don't ever cross her mind, and I'm wasting my time. And she don't ever want to talk to me. After everything, it's best just let her be in love with her new man. But she's not into roving, she's not into horses, tractors or ochre dogs. And she don't want her own saddle, she's not into bits and bridles, she just wants me to leave her alone. She's got herself a navy toy, she don't need a damn cowboy.
Absolutely, absolutely beautiful voice. We are excited. Hopefully you get some spins on there. I know that we just helped you send that out across the country to radio. I know we got a couple that thanked us for sending it your way, so their way. So hopefully they reach out to you and set up some interviews. I am excited to be part of your journey, and thank you for reaching out and supporting us all the way from Florida. It means a lot. We hope to be down there in 2028. It's a couple years away, but I was gonna go there. I was gonna go there first, but we're gonna head back home to Illinois and then come down to Florida soon afterwards. My oldest daughter lives down
Let's
there.
see, I'll be 33 by then, so.
You'll be 33? Did you say 33?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be old. You'll be like halfway to the hill almost.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, we got lots of
Happens, I
time.
guess.
We got lots of time to burn a hole between Florida and light that map up. So looking forward to that. And we have a lot of people who support us down in Florida. My oldest daughter lives down there, actually not too far from, she's up in the Sanford area over there. Kind of close, probably about 2 hours apart or so. Florida's not a very big state. It's not a very big state. Drive is like a couple hours and you're on the other side of it.
Well, it is and it isn't. It depends on where you're trying to go.
Yes. Well, driving through Orlando, period, will make the state feel really big.
Oh, yeah.
It's slow moving traffic and lots of tolls.
Yeah.
All right.
I go the back ways.
Yep, that's what those country songs are for, the back roads. That's where you find the good ones at. It's where the it's nicer on the path less traveled for sure. So what do you have upcoming as far as gigs? Where are you going to be at?
Say that again.
Do you have any shows coming up? Where are you going to be?
Yes, I have. I do believe I have my usual in Lake Placid, I believe. Or wait, no, it might be something different. I'm not quite sure.
Ruh-roh. That was my bad.
I'm
Catch up.
terrible at that.
And I meant to
I'm
connect with
terrible at that.
I meant to connect with you too. Well, you didn't write it down, and so that's partially my fault. I need to teach you how to add your dates in your calendar, because once you do that, you're not going to forget them. Like once you have to go to the back end of your website and put them bad boys in there, you're going to remember that you did that work. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. I'll send you a video tomorrow. I will get on your Facebook and do one for you, and then send you a video of how I did it. And then if you have any struggles, you can call me and I'll help walk you through it. It's really
So
easy.
I think the biggest thing that messes with my fiance is the fact of that I will literally wake up the next day, not remember where I'm supposed to be playing. I won't know until that day.
Well, that's what calendars are for. And that's what wives are for. It takes a village. It definitely takes a village. Songwriters are expected to be so much. They're expected to be a content creator, a booking agent, a walking billboard. Just there's so many hats you have to wear to be successful in this. So it's a good thing you got somebody over there on your right hand side keeping you in check.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you too for your time tonight. I am looking forward to, I know we have more songs in the arsenal, but do we have like a next release date? Are you thinking of when you're going to be able to get back in and record?
We're not quite sure yet. We're still trying to figure that one out. But right now, we're more or less just trying to figure out what song to release, if we do, or when we do. Not if, when.
When? Yes. Well, if you guys are looking for studio stuff, we have EMP is really reasonably rated. And we just had somebody call me and wanted to go record, and he was done in the same week. It was pretty crazy. I was like, wait, what? You guys are done already? He's already sent me the song ready for me to send it out. I think he called me on like Thursday of last week or something. It was wild fast. And yeah, they run 65 an hour over there. So, and there's a lot of engineers and a lot of rooms. I think they have 80 recording rooms total between the two cities that they got them in. So lots of air and opportunity. You want to make a truck out this way. Well, it was nice talking to you. Everybody, you can find everything you need to know
nice talking to you
on his website. You guys have a great night. And we will see you here next Monday, 7 p.m. Have a great week, Austin.
Yes, ma'am, you too. Thank you.